Hey guys, how's it going? Today I have a full back workout for you today. We are starting with inverted rows. You can see here that I have my hands placed out pretty wide. So throughout this back workout, you will see that I change my grip quite often. And I do that to hit different muscle groups, but also hit them at a different angle. So this time I'm doing the underhand grip. This is about shoulder width or a little wider than shoulder width apart. I'm keeping my abs tight. I'm trying real hard to keep my body completely straight. You'll see here that I'm getting a little tired and starting to sag my hips a little bit, but the goal here is to stay completely straight. And as you do your first rep, you might need to adjust your feet a little bit, as you see here. So this is my last set, and my hands are once again in the underhand position, but they're pretty narrow. So I'm pulling my elbows back to the back of my body, really using my upper back to pull me up. Moving on, we have the scapula pull-ups. These are great if you can't do any pull-ups, or you can use this as a great warm-up for your pull-ups. So what this does is it strengthens those little muscles in your upper back that can keep you from getting your pull-ups. So all I'm doing here is I'm hanging from the bar and I'm letting my shoulders drop down up to my ears, and I'm using only my shoulder blades or the scapula to lift myself up. It's a very small movement. You can see I'm going to speed it up here so you don't have to watch me. This is a slow, controlled movement. Here's another angle. Once again, only using my scapula and upper back to pull me up. Strengthening these muscles can make a huge difference in your pull-ups. Moving on to bent over rows, you can see here I've got my hands out wide once again. For bent over rows, you want to make sure to keep your abs really tight and your legs strong. You want to have a very sturdy foundation for these. I am driving up with my elbows, really focusing on using my back muscles to lift up the bar. You can see here that I'm keeping a relatively straight back, mainly focusing on driving our elbows back and up. With this, I switched to an underhand grip, so it's about shoulder width apart. See here, I'm starting out with body weight pull-ups. As I start to fatigue, I will pull out the band. You'll see here, for this first set, I'm just gonna let it play through so you can see my struggle and the progression of how I do this. If you need to start out with a band, please feel free to do that. If you need 2 or 3 bands, feel free to do that as well. If you are an absolute beginner, you might need a couple bands, and that's okay. That is totally okay. And as you progress, you can take the bands away, and then eventually you won't need the band. But each day is different. Some days these pull-ups will be easier than some, and that's just how life goes. That's how fitness goes. It's not a linear progression, right? We all have bad days, we have great days, and I find that the bad days make the good days even better. So don't be so hard on yourself and just keep going. No matter what you do, don't stop. So you'll see here I changed my grip once again, really focusing, driving through the elbows and the upper back, using the band when I need to. Next, we're moving on to dumbbell pullovers. This is one of my favorite movements for my back. This really targets the lats or the side of your back really, really well. So here I'm making sure that my abs are pulled in really tight. I've got really strong legs on the ground, my entire body, is very, very sturdy. I have my shoulder blades dug into the bench below me, and I am using my arms to pull the dumbbell up and over my head, really focusing on pulling the elbows down to my torso, and that will engage the lats. Here I'm showing you a different angle. I feel like it's helpful to see the same exercise with different angles so you can see exactly how to do it properly. Your main goal here is to keep your whole body very, very still and tight as you pull your arms up and down. Don't let that dumbbell fall down. It's a nice and controlled movement. Here I am on my last set, last exercise. By this point, I'm feeling pretty fatigued, but I'm doing my best to keep really good form as much as I can. And with that, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope that you give this workout a try. If you did, please leave me a comment below and let me know how you liked it. Alright, I'll see you guys in a few days with a new workout video.